Yes, so I'm back. This is Ray from Ray's United. And obviously, you all know my contents are here to stay. So, guys and gals, all I need from you is just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and obviously share the content because that's the only way these contents are going to grow. Now, what have I got today? Well, what I've got to talk about is about Cardano, the next best thing. Well, I can tell you that's definitely the next best thing because what I've seen is that it's risen from 5th in the world according to market capitalization to 3rd. I'm going to elaborate on that because this is something that is here to stay. And I can tell you why I'm saying this. I'm going to be very technical today. So if you know technical is not for you, pay attention. I will be right back. Hey, I'm back. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, share, like, notification. Obviously, everything you can do to help the channel grow. You know, if you've got some membership thing you want to pay, and all of that. But hey, I'm here to give you some content. So let's get this on and cracking. Now, what am I going to talk about? Well, today I'm going to talk about Cardano, which has got its coin named as ADA. So I'm going to talk about ADA today. Now, ADA, which is Cardano as the cryptocurrency name, has gained some traction seriously. I've bought some, so I know what I'm talking about. I've seen the growth over the past week, and it's not exponential, it's gradual, but it's very steep. So I'm seeing something that a lot of people probably might not see yet. But for my people here on Ray's United, please, I need you, if you know you're into cryptocurrency, ADA is the way to go for now. Maybe later it's going to be Pi, but for now, it is ADA. So you want to just keep on going with it. Buy a little with your portfolio, not a lot. Forget about it. Keep monitoring it every 3 days and see how it goes because ADA is here to stay. Trust me, I've been monitoring it for the past few months. It went down and it started gradually climbing up and up and up and up and down and up and up and up and down and up, and that's what's happening. So the trajectory has been up for the past week, and suddenly, lo and behold, people have now started talking about ADA. Before, nobody was talking about it. They were talking about Dogecoin and all of that, and Shiba Inu. They're not getting any traction yet. But Cardano, ADA, as they say, has gained traction, and it's seriously a threat because it's moved from number 5 to number 3. And I'm going to talk about it in my next segment of this content. I will be right back. Yes. So on the 20th of August, 2021, Cardano, ADA, as people know it to be, rose from 5th position to 3rd position on the cryptocurrency market. And it just broke ground and people were like, what the hell is going on here? Suddenly people's eyes opened up. Where the hell were we when ADA was rising? Where the hell were we when it was at its valley? Now it's on the hill, still rising on the hill. You understand? So this is the time for you to get it. Now what I can tell you is with ADA obviously moving to number 3 as a result of a 13% rise as at the 20th of August, people are now beginning to take notice of it. And I can tell you that they are all now beginning to become worried. Not worried in a negative sense, worried in a positive sense, such that they should have known earlier that, look, Cardano is a threat. It's number 5, especially on Coinbase. But, well, how could they have known? There's so many of them. There is, what's the name? There is Shiba Inu, which everybody was touting about. There is, what's the other one? What's the name of it? Oh shit, I've forgotten. Anyway, there is that one, and all of them, Dogecoin, and all of them, because of their popularity and Elon Musk especially talking about Dogecoin, people forgot about that one, and suddenly, boom, there it came. It's just really on and running. So yes, as at the 20th, it's gained ground and people are now beginning to take notice of it. And as I speak, look, Cardano is just young. It's at its infancy. So you can still buy it. It's not late. It's not like Bitcoin, which is not purchasable unless you have a lot of money. This is purchasable. Buy it and watch it rise gradually. Remember, it can't rise overnight. It rises gradually. Sometimes it troughs, sometimes it peaks, and so on and so forth. But when that happens, please just keep going. Don't check it every day, but keep monitoring so you know when to actually buy, because when it goes down, you want to buy because you know the only way is up. Yeah, so as I was saying, Cardano is a proof of stake blockchain. Now, what does proof of stake blockchain really mean? What does it mean? Proof of stake blockchain. Now, proof of stake blockchain actually is certainly more advanced than Bitcoin's proof of work. You know, the Bitcoin proof of work approach actually hasn't got any scalability and speed of transaction. But when you look at the proof of stake, the POS, that has got a very high scalability and speed of transaction as well. So obviously, when you look at that, which I'll explain later on, proof of stake and all of that, I'm going to explain a little bit of that because I don't want to be too technical. I feel I have to be technical because if I'm not technical, you're not going to understand all of these. So I'll break the technicality down so you understand some of it. But let's continue because I want you to know that cryptocurrency is here to stay. The banks are not for us, but we can still make transactions with them because if you need a mortgage and all of that, you still need your bank. So there are three elements that address the so-called blockchain trilemma of the distributed ledger technologies. Now, the trilemma I'm going to talk about it definitely: security, scalability, and decentralization. I'll be talking about them because these are so important in cryptocurrency and you need to understand how important they are. So we're going to talk about security, decentralization, and scalability. And usually one of them is compromised for the sake of the other two, especially when you're talking about proof of stake. You understand? That's the only disadvantage of using the proof of stake blockchain. If you're using the proof of stake, if you're using the pure proof of stake, which is the PPOS, then which Algorand uses, Algorand cryptocurrency, the newest, most decentralized cryptocurrency there is. When Pi sets foot into the market, maybe it will become the most decentralized, but for now it's not in there, so I can only talk about the ones that are being traded, and Algorand is being traded and it is the most decentralized as a result of its pure proof of stake. So I'll be coming back and talking about, when I come back, I'll be talking about the security, obviously, scalability, and decentralization. And after that, I'll delve into Cardano a little bit. And when they're all related to Cardano. So that will ensure that you actually love to buy stuff. To actually purchase some of Cardano's tokens, which is ADA. All right? I'll be right back. Yeah, so I'm back. Just so you know, this video is about Cardano, ADA, as they call it. And actually, I decided to do this video because I saw the traction it was gaining. And obviously, if you look at the graph, you can see the rise. So I need you to actually, if you're somebody that's a cryptocurrency centric or fanatic, you want to get involved in this. A lot of people that watch me are more Pi centric. However, Pi is not in the market yet. If you want to understand how cryptocurrency works before Pi gains ground, you want to be involved with Cardano. Just put a few dollars here and there in there just to study how it works so that when Pi comes, you know exactly what you're doing. So let's continue. It's all about Cardano. Everything I'm talking about here is about Cardano and their proof of stake. So proof of stake, what is the three? I don't want to go into the proof of stake technicality. I just want to talk to you about the three elements that it uses, two of which are dependent on the other, because you can't have all three on proof of stake, but you can have all three in pure proof of stake. Just remember that. So in this case, we have security. Now in the security, so here, without security, let me tell you one thing. Without security, block of transactions can vanish. Remember that. Without security, block of transactions can vanish. Now let me give you an example. Say a person who has delivered goods and services may discover that the payments received for those goods and services have vanished. Now, that's one example. So the security is not tight on it, but obviously the proof of stake provides that. So you have a 66.7% chance of having two of them, which is either security and scalability, and without the decentralization, or security and decentralization without scalability, or scalability and decentralization without security. But you always need security. So you can now choose decentralization or scalability, and mostly they choose decentralization. Some choose scalability, but I would say decentralization is the best. But let's continue. So as I was saying, you can have another example. Say, for instance, which one is it? The other one I wrote down. So debts may be erased. Now, you don't want that. If security is not tight, somebody could just hack into the system and then erase the debt. So therefore, security is paramount. And then, of course, and the public ledger may be tampered with by adversaries. Now, this is also good to their own benefit. That's another one. So again, you look at that and you're like, whoa, if I'm using proof of stake, I need at least the security. And then we'll talk about the other two. I'll be right back. So in this segment, I'm going to put scalability and decentralization together. I don't want to actually go so there. Remember, please don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and press the notification button in case I post anything. You will be the first to know. However, I need you to know something again. You need to know it because you're my people. You need to know it. This video is about ADA, which is Cardano, the cryptocurrency name. The token name, the coin name is ADA. You need to know that it's gained traction. And the traction is gained means that you could purchase, if you're involved in Pi, knowing that Pi hasn't floated on the exchange yet, this is what you can do. This is what you can actually get involved in to study the cryptocurrency market. So when Pi comes, you know when you're going to buy and when you're going to trade and when you're going to sell. You get what I'm trying to say? That's what you can do. So let's continue while I get into it. And then afterwards, I'll get a bit deeper, no, slightly deeper, not a bit, slightly, not a bit short, into the Cardano thing. Just give you a bit of the numbers. And then once you see that, you will know. And then we'll continue, because what's going to happen is I'll give you some graphs and some, things for you to see how things have happened over the past few days. So you're gonna be able to read the graph. I'll tell you things, you'll see things, and then when you see it, you will know that Cardano is a threat to all. I say it in a very good light. It's a threat to all the other powerful cryptocurrency, particularly Bitcoin and Ethereum, but they're far gone now. So Tether, obviously I'll talk about them, and Binance Coin, you're going to talk about them, and then you will know. All right, so Cardano, here we go. So scalability. Now, without scalability, you would only be able to transact with a small network. You get what I'm saying? You don't need a small network. I've seen some of them. They don't have scalability, so they're only within a certain circle. You don't want that. You could not participate in the global financial system. No user should have to contemplate compromising on any of these fundamentals. You don't want that. You want to be able to trade globally. You want to participate in the global financial system. Otherwise, you're limited. And this is where I think that the Pi core team should start listening and adopt the pure, you understand? Proof of stake. Pure proof of stake, PPOS, not the POS which Cardano has adopted. So it means that Cardano would either have, I think they have security, but maybe they will not have a scalability because they would have decentralization. You understand what I'm saying? So if you want to be on the level or to participate in the global financial system, then please, you want to have scalability. And to have scalability and decentralization added to your security, please, Pi, I'm asking you, the core team, to be able to ensure that they inculcate pure proof of stake. All right? PPOS. OS. Those of you that are watching, you will understand what that means. If you don't understand, type it on Google and you will understand what that means. So that is that for scalability. And now we go to decentralization. This is so important to those of you that are new in the cryptocurrency market. You need to understand what decentralization means. So in decentralization, without it, we remain in the financial system that already exists today. This makes me laugh. We remain in the financial system that exists today. They're exclusive. And what are they again? Secretive. Exclusive and secretive. And who are they? The bank. I've been talking about this the whole time. People don't even realize it. I've been bombarding you about banks. They're not bad. They're just exclusive and secretive. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to be involved in that financial system that already exists today. You want to be involved in the decentralization. The decentralized market. You know, that's when you'll be involved in. I'll be right back. So, please, I'm back. Now, what I need you to know is what I'm talking about here is about ADA, Cardano. So please, it's exclusively that and nothing else. I've given you the proof of stake. You know that. So now, and the proof of stake involves 3 elements: security, scalability, and decentralization. These 3. Remember that. It involved that. I've explained it. If you didn't know that, rewind 5 minutes back and you're going to know exactly what I was talking about. But right now, let me tell you a little bit of the numbers about Cardano. So, the price of ADA actually skyrocketed by approximately 20% on the 20th of August, 2021. Remember, I've bought some of it. I wasn't looking. Suddenly I checked it. Boom. It's risen. At the time I checked it, it had risen by, I think, 17% or so. And then later on, I checked it. It peaked. It had peaked at, I think it was $2.97. Yeah, $2.97. And when I started doing it, it was less than $1. So you can imagine. It was just above $1. So you can imagine what's happened to the little money I put in there. You get what I'm saying? The little money I put in there has almost doubled in the past month. That's what Cardano is about. Now, if you want a recap, I can tell you. Obviously, reference is Coinbase, of course. That's where I get my references from. So, all the values I'm giving you are based on what I got from Coinbase. However, it was 5th on Coinbase with respect to its market. You understand? So, with respect to that, it was 5th. And suddenly, it's moved to 3rd. It's now 3rd in position, sweeping past Tether, which is a US dollar Tether, USDT, and Binance Coin, BNB. It went past those two. They were 3rd and 4th, respectively, Tether and Binance Coin, and now they're 4th and 5th as a result of Cardano, ADA, jumping above them. You understand what I'm saying? So they've jumped above them, and now they're at that. So with this current market value of approximately $80 billion, can you imagine that? So, hey, I haven't got much to say about Cardano other than tell you that, look, you need to pay attention to the cryptocurrency market. Look for the ones that are up and coming and go for them. You understand? Invest a little of your portfolio that will not affect you whatsoever. I'm not saying invest your pay in it. Remember that. Not your salary, not money that you need to feed your family, not money that you need to pay your bills, not that. Money that when you see, you know that you might use it to buy something that eventually you'll regret buying. So you can say, all right, let me invest it because I'll forget about it. Do you understand? That's what you need to do. Don't invest unwisely. Invest sensibly. All right? That's all you need to do. Invest sensibly. I'll be right back. So this is Cardano's market stats. Now, if you look here, you can see that as at the 23rd of August, 2021, on the day Cardano went from, on that particular day, Cardano really had a lot. You can actually look at their market cap, and it's about 57.3 billion. The volume is 4.6 billion. Circulation supply is 32.1 billion. And obviously, the main thing is Coinbase is number 5 here, because as at that time, the data says number 5, but they're actually number 3. And if you look at this, 69%, 69.8% buy and 30.2% sell trading activity. They're doing very great. And the source obviously is from Coinbase. So, hey, shout outs to Coinbase for allowing me to take this data. And if you look here, we move straight to the day of the 23rd of August. On that day, Cardano went from £1.85 to £2.11. And obviously that's an increment of 15 pence, and that's about 7.65%. So good. Source, Coinbase. Now let's move to the next one. It's going to change very soon. And that, if you look at this, in the week leading up to the 23rd of August 2021, Cardano went from £1.36 to £2.11. Now in this one, it had an increment of 51 pence. 51 pence. That's 32.42% increment. Now that is also really, really promising. And source, Coinbase. Here in the month leading up to the 23rd of August 2021, Cardano, ADA as it's called, went from 83 pence to £2.11, an increment of £1.21, and a percentage of 140%. Absolutely wonderful. The source, Coinbase. Again, thank Coinbase for everything. Now, this one actually is the top blockchain by average daily development activity in the last 30 days. And obviously, it's brought to us by Crypto Differ. Now, in this one, if you check the bar chart, you can actually see that as it's zooming out, you would see the first one on your left is Cardano. 473 increment. That is just great. So Cardano is really doing great. It's moved from number 5 to number 3, as I said earlier. And so, there's nothing much to complain about when it comes to Cardano. So, hey, guys, I can only tell you that the only way is up for Cardano. Please pay attention. Stay tuned. The source for the data is sentiment.net. I'll be right back. And so I'm back. So in conclusion, what did I talk about? Well, I talked about, let me see, I'm giving you my bullet points. So I talked about, obviously, Cardano being the next best thing. You all know that I say Pi is going to be the next best thing, but Pi is not here yet. So as long as they're not here yet, the next best thing is Cardano, because it's moved to third. So it's behind Bitcoin and Ethereum. You get what I'm saying? So I talked about that. I talked about the fact that it rose by well, initially it was 13%, but obviously as at the time I checked it, it was about 20%, almost 20% on the 20th of August 2021. I also talked about the fact that it's a proof of stake crypt blockchain. It's a proof of stake blockchain. So proof of stake, I explained that it had 3 elements, obviously, and those elements were or are security, scalability, and decentralization. Obviously, with security, you could lose some transaction, or you could lose some money if you don't have a secure blockchain. Scalability, obviously, if you are not involved in the financial market, you're just limited in the financial market, then that can also affect you being widespread all over the place. And obviously, we have decentralization, where you don't want to be involved with the traditional financial system, which is obviously secretive. And what's the word I used again? Secretive and exclusive. You don't want that. You get what I'm trying to say? Secretive and exclusive. You don't want that. What you want is for them to be inclusive and overt, not covert. You understand what I'm saying? So these are the things that I talked about, and obviously I concluded in the end by also talking about the fact that the all-time high value in dollars was about $2.97, according to Coinbase. Now, when I checked that, that was very close to $3, and that's a lot. You get what I'm saying? And it's become the third largest cryptocurrency, sweeping past Tether and Binance Coins, BNB. So, with this current market value, with this current market value at approximately $80 billion. So yes, Cardano is here to stay, and I can tell you here and now that those of you that have any doubts in cryptocurrency, this is the time for you to start experimenting and taking risks. If you don't take risks, you never know. I'm not saying take huge risks using your whole money. No, never do that. Use little money. Try and test the waters. If it's great, you can invest little by little by little monthly. And the name is Ray. The channel is Race United. And the word is peace.